Hey everyone, it's Green913 here with Inferno Canuck.
Hello.
And welcome back to, I guess this is part 3 of Lone Wolf, the Plague Lords of Rule.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I hate Plague Lords.
I know, right?
I know.
Hang on a second, I gotta, update my stuff. Oh,
Is
crud.
is there tobacco still there?
I don't remember, oh, hang on a second. Oh, there it is, okay, good. Alright, I definitely didn't forget what our current hit points were at all.
No.
No, that's never you mind about that. Never mind the man behind the curtain.
Exactly. Pay no attention.
Alright, so we're at 27 hit points, which means we're at almost half health. Woohoo!
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Yay.
so if I remember correctly, we just slept and got some health back, and that's why we're doing better, and we're here. So, you decide to travel openly along the track. You decide that to travel openly along the track would be too risky. Rather than chance falling afoul of a Vazag patrol, you set off through the forest using the trees for cover, but all the while keeping to the trail in sight as you trek northeastwards towards the Serenity stronghold. Does this sound like something I've read before?
No.
Okay, good. Your decision is soon justified. Within a few minutes, you are forced to hide when a rickety wagon laden with casks and escorted by a dozen Vazhag appear on the trail ahead. Unaware
Oh
of
wait,
your...
this does sound familiar.
Yeah...
Is there a guy that you can? Yeah, they stop for a second, right? You hide around somewhere and they stop and.
Oh, yeah, the bubbling water and the jig... Okay, yeah, because I think I remember this picture. So this is the picture of the fortress we're trying to get into. So let me just briefly cover this in case I did not. So you get to the fortress and you see that fortress, and then there's too many tracks that lead away from the drawbridge, and then you consult your map, and then you discover that the map is colorful, and that you're trying to find a way to get in here.
Wait.
Okay. What?
No, that doesn't sound familiar. I'm so
Alright.
sorry for confusing
No,
people.
that's all right. Too many tracks lead away from the drawbridge. One is the Scarados Trail, the track that brought you here, and the other heads due east. You consult your map and discover that it leads to the River Storn, less than 5 miles distant. There, a bridge spans the mighty waterway connecting Vrul to the realm of Solvia. A small army of Vazhag, accompanied by a host of other creatures of doubtful origin, are marching away from Mogarath in a column. Judging by their numbers and the wagon loads of equipment they trundle in their wake, you suspect that they are marching to battle with the Freeland army of Slovia. In order to destroy the plague virus and fulfill your vital quest, you know you must gain entry to the stronghold. Anxiously, you let the minutes pass as you scan the interminable lanes of marching Vazhag. As...
No, I said okay. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I this is good. All right, we're all back on track now.
Yeah. And the fortress walls, in the hope of spotting a means by which you could enter Morgoth undetected. If you possess the Senor mask and the Senor robe,
We have that.
we
I'm pretty
have
sure we
the
took-
robe and the mask. Yes, we do.
Hey, huh?
Woo.
I was thinking.
All right. Quickly, you unshoulder your pack and remove the Senor robe and mask. The garment and the mask still bear the vile smell of the creature that once owned them, making you hesitate before puffing them on. Wow. Talk about
I love
typo.
puffing things.
Well, we do have tobacco.
We do. we should puff that on.
You
too.
should put on the tobacco and puff on.
Puff on the ropes.
But you are determined to enter Morgoth undetected, and by wearing the Sereny's outfit, you hope to achieve that aim. Once you have donned your disguise, you crawl to a clump of dense foliage at the edge of the forest and wait patiently for your opportunity to act. Eventually, your patience is rewarded when you spy two Vazhag approach Morgoth from the Scarados Trail. They are leading on a chain what appears to, at first, to be a man, although this impression is soon dispelled when they draw closer to your hiding place. Trailing behind the Vazhag is a creature with no free will of its own, a being that was once human but now is consigned to the twilight world of the undead.
A Canadian?
I wasn't
Ew.
going to say it. No. The sight of this stiff-limbed zombie propelling itself forward on withered gray limbs fills you with revulsion and pity, like most Canadians. I'm sorry. That's
Okay.
not true. Actually, I think like half my viewers are Canadian, so I just lost all my subscriber base.
Yep.
With difficulty, you suppress your anger at the creatures who have caused this transformation, and as the Vazhag draw level, you emerge from the foliage and order them to stop. At once the Ratmen obey, deceived by your disguise and your command of the Syrenese dialect. Nervously, their red eyes regard you, and they shuffle uneasily as they wait for your next command. If you wish to ask them what they are doing, if you wish to order them to accompany you to Morogreth, if you wish to ask them to the closest McDonald's.
That's not an option. You can't trick me.
Oh.
But I think I have a feeling an order is better than an asking. So we're gonna go with an order.
That makes sense. Yeah, you keep the level of disdain at a maximum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
The Vashag literally shiver with fright. Frantically, they acknowledge your order and set off towards Morgorath, with you following close behind. But they have only gone a little way when suddenly they drop the zombie's chain and flee headlong towards the forest. Huh?
oh, I guess we scared them too much.
I guess, or maybe Syrenese are very polite. You dick.
Oh well, fuck them. They're just rat people.
If you have a bow and a minimum of 2 arrows, and you wish to use it, let's see. We have 0 arrows? No, we have arrows.
You had to have a few arrows.
Hang on. Let's check.
All right.
All right. We have 5 arrows. So
That's
yes,
important.
you have a bow and a minimum of 2 arrows.
Okay.
Do you want to use them?
Sorry, does the text imply that we're shooting at the dudes that are running away?
Yes.
And they quaked with fear and started running, right?
They're running towards the forest, though, not the fortress.
Yeah. So they're just fleeing.
Yep.
They're not warning anyone.
You know, but the weird thing is, it's not asking you if you want to use it. It's just saying if you possess a bow and a minimum of 2 arrows. Now, I'm assuming that they just left that part out. You can still choose not to use it if you want. But my guess is the idea behind it is even if they're running towards the forest, they think your cover's blown, basically.
Oh, okay. All right, then, yeah, do it.
I'm thinking. I'm not sure.
We'll
It's up
find
to
it.
you. I mean, it might not be.
It's better safe than sorry.
Yeah. Alright. Even though your bow and quiver are covered by your druid's robe, you retrieve them and are ready to fire at the fleeing Vashag before either has taken a dozen paces. In lightning succession, you draw and fire 2 arrows, sending their shafts studding into the backs of the 2 ratmen with unerring accuracy. Simultaneously, they crash to the ground and lie still. Your swift dispatch of the Vashag has gone undetected, and anxious that it remains so, you rush forward to drag their bodies away into the undergrowth.
Okay.
Within minutes,
So it was. Good call.
Yeah, within minutes the task is complete. Still wondering why what gave you away.
Yeah, we just ordered them, and they quaked with fear. It's not like they're like,
telling-
oh my god, it's someone else.
Maybe they thought they were gonna get killed or something. Who knows? Maybe they didn't. They thought you really were a wizard and you were just gonna kill them. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you still have to find a way of entering Morogreth. Yet, as you return to the trail, you are struck by a bold idea. Calmly, you approach the zombie, who has remained stationary throughout the instant, and stoop to retrieve the poor creature's chain. Then, with pounding heart, you turn and slowly walk along the trail towards the crowded drawbridge. All right, let's mark down our 2 arrows
Okay. Yeah, good idea.
because you don't get to retrieve arrows in this game.
Oh,
The columns
I
of
guess it makes sense.
The columns of armored ratmen pay little attention to you, but your undead charge does elicit squeals of disgust from some as you draw closer to their mighty stronghold. Walking across the age-blackened drawbridge towards the spiky arch tower of Morgorath is an unnerving experience. It is as if you are walking along a blackened tongue towards the gaping maw of some gigantic dragon. On either side of the bubbling moat releases foul fumes which fill your nostrils with a terrible sugary stench that clogs your lungs and blurs your vision. You draw upon your Magnikai skills and your vision clears, but the sight which lies ahead looks no more inviting than it did before. In fact, the blurriness helped. At the tower, you are challenged by a troop of Vashag guards who regard your companion with a distaste that is all too obvious. Using your Magnikai disciplines of animal control and pathmanship to aid your deception, you inform them that you have come from the south on urgent business. They demand to know your name and why you have charge of an undead human. You try to bluff them, but you notice that the zombie's presence is beginning to attract the unwanted interest of other Vashag guards. One of the rat men pushes his snout to within inches of your mask and says to your surprise that you can enter Morgorath so long as you first register your arrival. He points to a door in the tower wall and asks you to enter it. There, he says, you can make your registration. Immediately, your Magnikai sense of divination warns that the Vazhag is lying. A prison cell awaits you beyond that door.
Yeah.
If you wish to do as the Vazhag requests and enter the door, if you refuse to enter the door, if you decide to attempt to distract the Vazhag guards,
The last tried to distract them.
you can know that there's prison beyond that door.
Well, no, you could make your way pretending you're doing it and unleash some sort of surprise attack, but let's try to distract them.
Alright. You could unleash the summer sword. How dare you delay me with trivial formalities, you bellow and slap the Vazhag aside with the palm of your hand. The creature snarls and raises its spear defensively. Delay me a moment longer and I'll see you boiled alive with your own grease, you growl. Let me pass. Your bold
Nice.
threat works. The rat man's confidence crumbles and nervously he shuffles to one side, lowering his spear as you advance towards him. Wait, one second he's ready to imprison you, and the next second he's just, okay.
Well, I think he suspected something. And, like, you know how you're pretty sure about something, but if you're given enough
Oh, yeah.
evidence against it, you're like, ooh, maybe I was completely wrong. I think that's what happened to him.
Oh, okay. At the moment, a column of Vazhag and a wagon laden with weapons converge beneath the archway, blocking it completely. Chaos ensues, but the confusion is to your advantage. Quickly, you abandon your undead companion. You just leave it there. It'll be fine.
Yeah, just remember where we parked your zombie.
I can just imagine after the book's over, it's just the zombies still standing there.
Pretty much.
Hey!
And it rained, and the zombie got wet. The end.
Quickly, you abandon your undead companion and weave your way through the crowd into the keep beyond. There you notice several smaller entrances surrounding the flagstone square. One in particular looks promising, a staircase that descends to a portal set in the base of the citadel. You are heading towards the entrance when unexpectedly you are confronted by 3 Seanir druids. They emerge from an alley and come walking towards you in a line abreast. To avoid them, you are forced to sidestep quickly into a shadowy doorway. From the darkened doorway, you watch the activity taking place in the keep, hoping to see something that will help you locate where in Morgorath the Serenese are producing their deadly plague virus. From out of the milling crowds of Vazhag, there suddenly appears a small group of red-robed Seanir druids. They are talking to each other as they walk towards your hiding place. Quickly, you pull away from the open doorway and retreat deeper into the building. A narrow corridor takes you to a flight of steps which descends to where a passage crosses your path. An ornately painted sign written in Serenese indicates what may be found at the end of each passage. Your Magnikai skills enable you to read this sign. The arrow pointing to the left reads library. The arrow pointing to the right reads laboratory.
Laboratory, no question. If we're looking for where they put this virus,
Right.
no question, yeah.
Alright, silently, like a cat, you pad along the corridor towards a distant light. No, really, you're on all fours, you kind of arch your back a little bit.
Don't forget to feed me.
The promise of finding a laboratory has raised your hopes of a swift victory, and perhaps it is here that you will find the Serenese crafting their evil diseases. Not likely, though, given this series. The entrance to the laboratory is unguarded, so you slip inside its open door and hide behind one of the many stone pillars that support the cavernous roof. At the center of the chamber, you see 2 robed figures huddled over a stone table. Surrounding them are wooden racks filled with strange implements, scrolls, books, jars, and other paraphernalia. They appear to be tending to a large frog-like creature which lies spread-eagled on the table, its limbs secured by coarse ropes. It is not until you are 2 steps away from the table that you recognize the creature to be a sloat, a beast of burden much used to tow barges along this river Storn. Your stomach churns when you see that the poor creature is being dissected whilst alive and conscious.
Oh, gross.
If you ever visited the town of Coralin or the ruins of Makin in previous Lone Wolf adventure, yes, we have.
You did?
Yes,
Okay.
we did. I can tell you this one.
My goodness, how could you remember that?
Actually, it's not that hard considering how many times I've read this, but realistically, if you've read every book, 9 times out of 10, you've been there before. Sometimes not. Sometimes you took a different path. But that one, I know the Ruins of Mackin are in book 4. I don't remember the other one, though. So,
Okay. No, I'll take your word for it. I'm just, yeah, okay.
as the two figures turn from the table, you recognize the red robes they are wearing. You first assume them to be Sinner druids, but their garments are not the same. Oh, they're prophets of Vashna. I remember these guys. Okay. They have black hoods and skull-like motifs which are embroidered upon them to identify these two to be members of evil sect known as the Acolytes of Vashna. The Vashna was the strongest Dark Lord of all that was struck down centuries ago or whatnot.
Oh, okay.
The
Before we struck down the other one.
Right. The presence here of two worshippers of Vashna, who was once the greatest of all Dark Lords, wow, talk about repetitive, rekindles chilling memories of past encounters with these fanatics. Following the downfall of the Dark Lords, you had assumed that the last remnants of the sect had vanished forever. Yet here before you are two who still wear their robes and practice their vile necromantic art. Fearful that you have stumbled upon a secret Syrenese conspiracy, you inch your way closer to the robed men to listen to their whispered conversation. The two figures look down at their ghastly handiwork and shake their heads in dismay. As you watch, the sloat shudders beneath its bonds and becomes abruptly still. One of the robed figures stoops to inspect the creature's exposed heart. When you hear him whisper words of disappointment that yet again their experiment has failed, they were trying to cross it with a baboon heart. It didn't work.
Somehow I doubt this, Squee. Stick to the script!
Oh, I'm sorry. They wiped their bloodied hands on their robes before leaving the laboratory, locking the door behind them. Sensing that you are not alone, you take the opportunity to search the laboratory, including 7 of its 8 smaller anterooms, but you find nothing that remotely resembles a cultivation of a plague virus. Which looks like what exactly? I'm curious.
Petri dish filled with bacteria? I don't know.
The 8th anteroom, the door to which is bolted and barred, is the only area of the laboratory you have not investigated. Although the main door is now locked, during your search you have discovered one other exit. If you wish to leave the laboratory by this exit, or if you wish to investigate the 8th anteroom.
Investigate the 8th anteroom.
Right? Isn't it kind of dumb to
just be like, oh well, I'm sure this locked place has nothing important.
Alright. Yeah, this picture's encouraging. Using your Magnikai power of Nexus and the strength of your own 2 hands, you force the barred door and gain access to the anteroom beyond. It is unlit, and every surface is thick with dust that has lain undisturbed for many years. On a marble dais, which occupies most of the floor, there stands a large rectangular stone casket. It has no lid, and as you approach it, you see that it contains the mummified remains of a creature you cannot readily identify. This creature right here.
Kind of looks like a mutated Vasgag. It kind of looks like rat-like in a sense.
I think it looks like a cute
Snout
dog.
at least.
A cute dog that's apparently trying to choke you with its tail.
Yay. Okay, anyway.
How do I go back? Oh, there we go.
The picture again?
No. Okay. Click the back button. Alright. You can feel no evil in the vicinity of the corpse, and your senses tell you that there is nothing other than yourself alive in the room. Confident in this knowledge, you lean forward and examine the corpse. Without warning, a powerful spike of psychic energy penetrates deep into your mind. Its icy cold attack numbs your senses and leaves you trembling, helpless with shock. Lose 6 endurance points.
Damn it.
Well, that was fun.
If by fun you mean painful.
Had to go investigate the last room.
You encouraged
I would have
me.
done the same thing. I mean, right? It makes perfect sense.
Well, I know. Curiosity and all
It'd
that.
be funny,
eh?
like you get back and say, I could not find the plague. I searched everywhere except for that one locked room in the laboratory.
Oh well. Yeah.
Reeling from the unexpected onslaught, you struggle to erect a mind shield as the mummified remains of the corpse slowly stir to life. Suddenly, a claw-tipped limb snakes towards your throat and grabs you in a choking, vice-tight grip. Desperately, you struggle to unsheath your weapon and free yourself from the grisly remains of a plague Aragrashi rise up from the casket, only inches before your disbelieving eyes. Oh wow, this is a pretty tough opponent, actually. Due to the speed and surprise of the creature's attack, reduce your combat skill by 3 for the duration of this fight. Let's see. If you possess the Summer Sword, you should double the Undead Plague Asgra's endurance point loss.
Okay.
So, do we want to
Unleash
use
it.
some sort? Okay.
Unleash that motherfucker. Also, Squeak,
Uh-huh.
in this book, we're not doing that healing thing, right? With
Right.
every page.
Correct.
Because it would be too OP.
Right. I think, do we have healing at all? We have
We should.
no healing.
Oh. What?
No healing.
Oh, no, new healing. Yeah.
no new
okay.
healing, yeah. So he's got a combat skill of 46
Okay.
and an endurance of 36. And if we're using the summer sword, I believe we add another 8 to our combat
Yeah.
skill, because our combat skill is not including the summer sword, I believe.
Yeah, that is true. I do remember that much. And we said we wouldn't unleash this on every single battle, but considering we're wounded, we don't know
Yes.
what this is. He's relatively tough, and we know we'll do extra damage to him. Plus, when we're in a closed room, so I don't think we're gonna alert anybody.
God, we're still
It's-
like at the top. With the summer sword, it's not even a challenge now. Woohoo!
Oh,
Alright, start combat. Combat ratio 1. He took 10 damage.
so he's like 20.
Right. So, which means he's now at 6 endurance points.
Okay.
No, wait, no. He's at 16
Yeah.
endurance
I was
points.
about to say what?
Okay. Wait, no. Cancel. Wait, well, hang on.
Okay.
Let's do this again. We're at 21 endurance points.
Are you still recording?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I'm still recording. I'm trying to do this again because I need to try and stop after every time, and it's not letting me.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
oh,
Wait.
never mind. He's dead.
Okay. Yay.
I gotta figure that out because like that's the one problem is that this program doesn't really hang on.
Let you just do it on a turn-by-turn basis.
Right. I have to let them know I'm recording. Yeah, so it just keeps going. We'll have to figure that out, and it doesn't let you stop and or give you an option to double your endurance points. So let's get rid of those 8, put us back down to 21. Okay, so we didn't lose any damage other than the 6 we already lost.
Okay.
Woohoo! As your killing blow severs the creature's body, the two halves explode, scattering shards of mummified remains all around the chamber. The force knocks you backwards, and as you fail, you catch a glimpse of a wispy, ghost-like shadow rising towards the ceiling. It halts for a moment in midair, then seeps through the solid stone ceiling like smoke through a veil. Before leaving the chamber, you pause to search the stone casket. Inside, you discover a few moldering rags and a copper key. If you wish to keep the copper key, put it in your action chart.
Okay.
Do we wish to keep the copper key?
We wish to keep the copper key.
Okay, we don't have to mark
That's
it down.
tongue tea.
We'll remember
Okay.
that we have a copper key.
A copper key.
Cursing your ill luck, you leave the chamber and head towards the laboratory door. On the other side of it, you discover a series of narrow passages which eventually end at the antechamber. This domed chamber is decorated with tapestries which depict Serenese legends in noble and infamous deeds that were perpetrated during the Age of Old Kingdoms, when for nearly 1,000 years the Serenese tyrannized northern Magnamund. A single heavy oaken door in the opposite wall offers the only exit from the antechamber. As you approach it, you notice that it is slightly ajar. Suddenly, you hear the doleful sound of chanting emanating from this door. Curiosity prompts you to peer through its narrow opening, and as you do so, a chill runs the length of your spine as you see what lies beyond. Beyond the door lies a secret Serenese prayer hall, a chapel of evil where the druids worship and make sacrifice to their foul gods. Kneeling in pews before a blood-red altar are dozens of figures. They chant a soulless dirge as they read from books bound in black cloth. All around the walls hang grim decorations, skulls, flayed skins, tattered baffle banners, and other ugly tributes to the power that is worshipped and coveted here. The power of death, disease, and decay. And Tuesdays.
Oh my god.
Not Tuesdays.
They're monsters.
Alright, and here's a picture of it.
Neat.
Yeah.
Kind of Catholic, actually.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Evil Catholic.
I was thinking it, wasn't gonna say it. Alright. You look with loathing at the congregation. In the main, they are Serenese, but there are others among them. Old adversaries whose origins you recognize immediately. Acolytes of Vashna, Dracarum, Vasigonian outlaws, Hammerlanders, and even a few Gaiacs. No doubt the remnants of the Darkland armies found sanctuary here after their master's demise. A noise in the corridor behind warns that someone is approaching the antechamber. To avoid them, you slip inside the prayer hall and hide in the shadows cast by a column which supports the roof. Moments later, three druids enter the hall and close the door before taking their places among the congregation. In case there are any among the congregation who have the power to sense your presence, you draw upon your disciplines of camouflage and mental defense to minimize the risks of being detected. A few uneventful minutes pass until another druid enters the hall, ascending from a circular stairwell to your left. He is a tall, imposing figure, dressed in glittering blue robes edged with black velvet. The congregation rises as he walks to the altar, where he turns to face them. And I'm assuming that's a picture of the altar, not the druid.
I hope so too.
Be seated, my brothers, he commands in a voice that is deep and resonant. I'm sorry. Be seated, my brothers, he commands in a voice that is deep and resonant. At once you suspect that he is the archdruid Kadak himself, but his opening address soon dispels this idea. The battle against the Slovians goes in our favor. We have repulsed their puny attacks on our defenses along the store and remain intact. The Slovians are beaten. They are too weak to threaten us again. I, Kadrian, have seen this great river running red with the blood of their slain. Kind of sounds like propaganda during the Vietnam War. Just saying. Everything's fine. We're doing marvelously. Upon hearing this, the congregation screeched their approval until Kadrian calls for silence. Then, from a tome lying on the altar, he begins to read the opening passages of a service dedicated to Exarga, the Syrenese god of pestilence. Oh, that's a brilliant god to have.
Yeah.
The gathering fall to their knees, raise their hoods of their robes, and close their eyes in reverence as they listen devoutly to the brother Kadrian's sonorous voice. Anxious to leave the hall, you look around for a means of escape. Two opportunities present themselves. The circular stairwell by which brother Kadrian entered the hall, and a door to your right marked vestibule.
Oh, a vestibule?
Yeah, vestibule.
Let's go in the vestibule.
That's exactly what I said. What's a vestibule?
It's a...
It's a thing.
Actually, you know what? To tell you the truth, I I can't recall. I know it's a side room, typically in a religious building.
Oh, okay.
What it's used for, I can't remember for whatever reason. I'm sorry.
It's used for quick escapes.
Yeah. Every church has one.
Once inside, you close the door gently and breathe a sigh of relief. You find yourself alone in a small room which reeks of a heady mixture of incense and sulfur. Scarlet robes line the walls, hanging from wooden pegs driven into the crumbling plaster, and upon the solitary table are heaped a pile of green mats fashioned from glass-like mineral. You possess the Syrenese robe and Syrenese mask. Oh, I see. I guess this is a chance for you to get your disguise. You could maybe get one that doesn't smell quite so bad.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, but we'll just assume you... Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
A sudden noise startles... Actually, well, I don't know. I was going to say, do you want to do that? I mean, maybe there's, like, something different if you choose one of those robes. So I'll even the book doesn't give you that option. I'll say, you know, do you want to change into one of these or keep what you got?
I want to change into one of them.
Okay. A Syrenese robe and mask would provide you with a useful disguise. You explore... And, I'm sorry, let me change that. Another one would smell less foul.
Mm-hmm.
With this in mind, you take and put what you need from the pegs. Remember to record your choice of the action chart. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. A sudden noise startles you, and you spin around to face it. A section of the wall is moving inwards, carrying with it the robes that are hanging there. A figure dressed in a hooded purple cloak and clasping a large leather-bound book appears in the opening. As he steps into the room, the section of the wall closes behind him. "What are you doing here, brother?" he asks, his voice heavily with suspicion. You sense that he is a druid of high rank, and you know your answer must be convincing if you are to avoid his wrath. If you wish to answer by saying that you have come here to help him, or if you wish to answer, say that you are looking for a lost possession, or if you decide that actions speak louder than words, you can attack him.
Lost item, or they're here to help him. We're gonna say with lost item.
Alright. Interesting. I would have gone the other way. "What blasphemy is this?" grasped the druid, horrified by your answer. "Know you not that it is forbidden for a brother to possess anything?" Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I didn't want to say anything. Like honestly, I don't remember crap.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I don't remember crap about this book, but I was thinking monks aren't supposed to have things.
Well, some monks are allowed to have a few things, like with the exception. I hope no one takes offense with, like, say, a Catholic example.
Right.
Oh God, I don't want to compare Catholicism to this at all, but like they have prayer beads, rosaries, something like that. Monks still own them.
Right,
He could have
that's
lost
true.
his evil rosary in this.
That is definitely true. That's just what I was thinking. I would say help him just because. Oh well, everyone loves help, but no, we'll stick with it.
Well, I figured it required less talking. Oh well.
The pursuit of possessions is a hammer that shatters loyalty to our cause. You will atone for this. Oh yes, you will atone to me. Now strip.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, was that not part of the script?
No.
It fit there so perfectly.
Stick to the script.
And with these, the crazed words, the druid unsheathes a dagger and raises it above his head. A wave of psychic energy washes over your mind, and for an instant you see his cold eyes widen with shock as he discovers who you really are. He screams a curse, and the blade of his dagger is transformed at once into a yellow spike of glowing luminescence. Swiftly you reach for your own weapon as the crazed druid forces you back, stabbing and slicing the air before him with his sorceress blade. Alright, so he's got a combat skill of 47. An endurance of 30. To our 53. This could be a fight. Alright, let's do this. He took 14 damage. He's down to 16. You took 0 damage. And he's dead.
Sweet.
Yeah, you took no damage. Nice.
Excellent. We're awesome.
Good job. Actions do speak louder than words.
They do.
As you land your killing blow, the druid crashes down upon the floor, driving his magical blade deep into the flagstones. For a moment he writhes in throes of death, then he stiffens and lies still. As you step away from his body, you suddenly sense a new danger. A number of the congregation are approaching the door, prompted to investigate by the noise of your fight. Oh yeah, they really are louder than words.
Yeah.
Quickly, you hurry to the section of the wall where the druid appeared and search for a way to make it open once more. You discover a lever, and within seconds of pulling it, the concealed panel glides inward, allowing you access to a secret passage. You enter, dragging the body of the high priest behind you by the knees, then push shut the panel just as the inquisitive congregation push open the vestibule door. You abandon the body and pass along the narrow passageway, descending by steps and slopes until you reach a chamber which is lit by 2 large black candles, fixed in holes in the surface of the marble slab. On a nearby table lie the following items: 2 arrows, enough food for 2 meals, 2 daggers, 1 sword, a mirror, and a rope.
Okay, first of all, it bothers me that I don't know what a vestibule is. I really should know. I'm going to assume, I think it's back in my Altar Boy days. I believe it was kind of like the area behind or to the side of the altar, the main altar area, where the priest would prepare, where you would store, holy items to bring out to the altar, that sort of thing. Where the altar boys and other, clergy would actually wait before the services began. The whole deal. I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but forgive me. Anyway, it'd be nice to take the arrows and the meals because we lost our 2 meals.
No, my meals! So the arrows, the meals, you want the mirror. We already have a rope and a sword and a dagger.
Do we have even room for a mirror?
Let's see.
Mirror could be handy.
No, we can only even take 1
meal.
You know what, though? The mask and the robe are not in the backpacks.
No, we're wearing them.
Yeah, so we have lots of space at the moment. We might have to discard them if we, for whatever reason,
we
have to.
can also discard the pipe, too. That's a gag item.
We don't have to discard it yet.
Yeah, I know. Not yet.
Alright, meals. We're back up to 5 arrows. Do you want to take the mirror, or we have a rope, so...
Let's take the mirror.
Alright.
Never know when you might need a mirror.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Who's the Kai Master of them all?
Okay.
God, we don't have any healing potions, do we?
We do have 1, I think. Yeah, we have 1 potion plus 4.
I might want... Can we take it?
Yes,
Can't we take it after battle?
Yes, we can.
Let's take it. We're pretty wounded, and I have a feeling we have a ways to go.
Alright, so we're back up to 25.
Okay.
Alright. Now, opposite the slab, there's a door which opens into a narrow corridor. You step through and follow this corridor towards a distant chamber. A narrow corridor connects to the chamber to another, where there stands an imposing door made of sheeted copper, inlaid with a filigree of gold and silver. I kept wanting to give that a J sound for some reason. It is the only exit from this otherwise drab chamber. A closer inspection of the door reveals that it is surrounded by an airtight seal. Furthermore, there is no key, draw bolt, or handle. However, your keen insight is drawn to a pattern in the door center panel, which, thanks to the past experience, you recognize as a sophisticated combination lock. Okay, honestly,
God.
Your keen eyesight, wouldn't even bad eyesight notice a combination?
I guess.
Alright. The gold inlays from 3 rows, 3 numbers within a grid of silver lines. Below these numbers, in ancient Serenity script, is carved the message: "Declare ye the true number to pass this way." Study the grid of numbers. When you think you know the answer to the riddle, turn to the page that bears the same number as your answer.
Gotcha. Also, I'm such a goddamn nerd. I looked up vestibule on Wikipedia. Apparently, it's just a lobby or an entrance hall or a passage between the entrance and the interior of a building.
Ah, okay.
So I was completely wrong. I was thinking of something completely different. No matter. Anyway.
Alright, so something
Code.
about this, we're supposed to find a number. So it's 472-357-816.
Yeah. Okay. The true number to pass this way. Okay, hold up a second.
Oh, wait. I don't think that's a 7. I think that's a 9. Just, maybe.
Yeah, that is a 9.
I think it's a
That
9.
is a 9, and the other one is a 7 next to the 5, to the
Yeah.
right of the 5.
That's what I was just
Could
thinking.
you scroll up just a little bit so I can read? The gold inlays through within a grid of silver
Ooh,
lines.
I know what the answer is.
Do you?
I figured it out. No, I didn't.
Oh.
Never mind. No, I didn't.
As one of each number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Declare ye the true number. The true number. What is known as a true number in, like, math? A prime number, maybe. Or what's a sacred number to these bastards? I can't remember. It's been so long.
I don't know.
Do you want to guess?
Wait,
Should we take a lucky
wait,
guess
wait.
and then just...
No. Hang on. Let me think for a second.
Like, it's weird because he's not giving us much of a clue to what to do with these numbers. To a pattern in the door center panel, you recognize this as a sophisticated combination lock. The gold inlays for 3 rows of 3 numbers within a grid of silver lines.
I do know the answer. Let me know if you give up. I can let you know. Actually, no. You know what? If you can't figure it out, you can't figure
Oh,
it out.
come on, Squee.
Okay.
Okay, let me just think here. Study the grid. Wait, scroll down again. The rest of it doesn't really do anything.
I will tell you this though. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure there's the answer. Everything you need to know is on the grid. It's not like a true number or anything like that. It's something about patterns
It's
or
something. Oh, okay. Everything is okay. 3, 5, and 7 is separated by 2. 4, 9, and 2. Well, that doesn't really do anything. Oh, that's separated by no, not 5. 6.
Gosh, that
I'm
is
thinking
clever.
of having it.
Wow, I'm positive now, and that is clever.
4 plus 9 plus 2. No. Wait a second. Oh my god, wait. If you add 4, 9, and 2, you get 15, right? If you add 4, 3, and 8, you get 15. If you add 8, 1, and 6, you get 15. If you add 3, 5,
If
and
you
7, you
add
get
3
15.
numbers in any direction, it's 15. Even if you add
Hey,
8, 5, and
I figured it
2,
out without needing-
4, 5, and 6. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, God, that's why I said, God, that's clever.
Yeah, there you go. It's 15.
All right, so we got to
I'll
go to
be
15.
damned.
I know, right? I was like,
I'm actually impressed that I figured that out without getting any sort of hint, and the same thing for you.
yeah, I know. I'm not usually good at math. And this is the correct answer to the combination. Woohoo!
Sweet.
All right. Salzista, you say, in the ancient Serenese word meaning 15, and immediately you hear the door's locking mechanism disengage itself. There is a hiss of escaping air, and the heavy portal swings slowly inwards on massive hinges. Without hesitation, you step through the doorway and enter the circular tunnel beyond. Yay!
Nice.
We're awesome. You follow a circular tunnel for several minutes until you come to a flight of steps leading down. Here, a few paces before the steps begin, you see a plain wooden door which is set into the tunnel wall. An inquisitive prod with the toe of your boot reveals it to be unlocked. If you wish to investigate what lies beyond the door, turn to page 239. If you choose to ignore the door and continue.
Curiosity, man. Curiosity killed the Kai. Let's check it out.
I see what you did there. Alright, you enter a small, foul-smelling chamber lit by a single candle perched atop a three-legged stool. A bed with a straw mattress fills one corner, and a bench with drawers stands by its side. A shelf on the wall displayed 3 cracked plates, a lump of stale cheese, some dried meat, and some bread, and a bottle of brownish water. In all, enough provisions for 1 meal.
No, it's okay. We got enough meals. We don't need to eat that shit.
Yummy. You pull open the drawers and find
some... now we have 2 copper keys.
Find some assorted clothing infested with fleas and a copper key. If you decide to keep the key, I think we don't... I mean, we can, match them and say, yep, they're both copper. The same key.
Okay. Well,
satisfied that nothing has been overlooked. I can guarantee you that this book goes by colors and material. It's not going to have 2 copper keys that are different.
That would be mean.
Yeah. So, and you descend the stairs to the end of the tunnel. At the bottom of the stairs, the tunnel continues in a straight line towards a stout wooden door that is studded and braced with iron. You sense that it is locked even before you reach it. When you do reach the door, you notice a keyhole located beneath the rust-pitted handle.
Gee, we used both copper keys.
I was like, gee, you think they were trying to give us a hint?
Yeah.
You insert the key and twist it. The lock opens with a satisfying clunk, allowing you to open the door and enter the strange and eerie hall. It's odd. Usually they don't give you 2 chances. Usually it's like you find the key or you don't.
No. There you go. What happens if you never find the key? Do you have to backtrack?
Yeah, you backtrack or you open it some other way that usually is very loud or causes trouble or something.
Gotcha.
Before you stretches a cavernous hall lit by the glow from fire-filled orbs hanging by chains from the ceiling. Facing each other are 2 rows of stone statues, which form a grotesque corridor leading to an archway on the far side. A flicker of fear chills your heart when you notice that the expressions frozen upon their misshapen faces are those of pain and despair. Cautiously you advance. You are weary of the statues, and your body is tense to react should they show the slightest hint of animation. Then, you detect something which makes you freeze in mid-step. Your Kai senses warn you that something is sleeping in a shadowy alcove close to the distant archway. Oh, I bet it's another fat rat.
Oh, God.
Anxious not to disturb whatever is resting there, you call upon your camouflage skills to mask your presence before moving any nearer. Pick a number on the random number table. If you possess the grand mastery of a semblance, add 3 to the number you've chosen.
Do we have that?
We have... No. We have no.
Okay, let's hope for high.
All right, folks.
Or so low that a +3 wouldn't have mattered.
8.
Sweet.
Well, it's because, yeah, okay. Actually, the random number generator, maybe it forgot who we are. It's been so long.
Yeah, I think so. We ditched it long enough that it forgets who we are.
With bated breath, you tiptoe past the alcove, your weapon unsheathed and held ready in case the sleeping creature should awaken. Fortunately, your Kai skills serve you well, and you are able to reach the archway and leave the hall without incident. A short passage leads to a junction where the wider corridor crosses from left to right. Your skin prickles in reaction to the concentration of evil you detect in this subterranean part of Margaroth, and silently you call upon your creator, the noble god Kai, for protection and guidance before continuing. Instinct prompts you to turn left, and within a few minutes you arrive at a chamber where a vast staircase of black marble ascends to many levels lost in the gloom above. Opposite this grand staircase stands a large door carved from a solid sheet of strange green material, and the like of which you have never seen before. It gives off a pulsating radiance which washes over the empty chamber, illuminating symbols carved into the walls and floor. You focus on these symbols, and in a chilling moment of realization, you decipher their meaning.
Is it 15?
Oh, God. No!
50.
The symbols from concentric circle, form concentric circles, which spell out a grim message. Humble thyself, for thou art worthless like dust before he who dwells within, herein. Pay homage to the emissary of the lords of decay, for he is the instrument of their intention. Abase thyself before his power. Hail, mighty Caddic of Morgarath. Wow. You know, I just have a welcome mat in front of my door.
They have a little bit more style. They're a little bit more dramatic.
Apparently, yeah. Fear and uncertainty knot your stomach as you stand and stare at the door to Archdruid Caddic's throne hall. Your senses scream at you to turn and run from this place, for the air is so heavy with evil that you feel as if you are being slowly suffocated to death. But on this occasion, you resist your instincts, for you have no intelligence whatsoever. For you have yet to discover where the Serenies are cultivating their deadly plague virus, and you know that their answer to your question can most likely be found here. With fear running cold in your veins, you steel yourself and step towards the glowing door. As you come within a few feet of this pulsating surface, a band of intense light washes over you from head to toe.
Sweet.
If you possess the Kai mastery of Kai Screen.
Come on, Kai Screen.
No.
Damn it. What dork picked Magic? Oh, wait.
You! I was going to say something, but I didn't want to make you feel bad. We haven't used it once.
We haven't, yeah, not yet.
Not yet, yeah. A sudden rush of pain and nausea make you drop to your knees. Lose 3 endurance points. There goes potion.
Oh, well. It's better than having 3 less.
Yes, it's true.
Still had potion.
Leaving you shivering fitfully. Your psychic Magnikite disciplines were insufficient to protect you against the physical effects of the powerful mind probe which you have just experienced. But they were at least able to shield your true identity.
I hope they bought us dinner first.
The light reflected from the Serena's mask you are wearing activates the sensor, and as you rise to your feet, you see the great metal door begin to slide open.
Okay, well, that's good.
Beyond the door awaits an echoing hall which reeks of decay. Its walls are adorned with gruesome paintings which depict terrible scenes of human slaughter. On one in particular catches your eye, and although you try hard to ignore it, you find you cannot turn your head away. It shows a pit of helpless humans writhing and screaming in agony as they are slowly consumed by a pack of wild-eyed plague dogs. The scene shocks you deeply, for the doomed humans have all the distinct Summerlending features.
I know. Our kinspeople.
No. With difficulty, you tear your eyes away and force yourself to look elsewhere in this unfriendly hall. You see columns rising to the roof, each wound round with creepers and fungi which give off an unwholesome pallid light. Ahead, you see another door, identical to that by which you have entered, and before it there stands a desk on top of a plinth of green stone. A creature sits at the desk, huddled over the open pages of ledger, upon which it is writing with a feathered quill pen. As you draw closer, it stops scrawling and places the quill into a nearby pot of ink, fashioned from the crown of a human skull. The creature raises its hairless head and stares at you unblinkingly with a large solitary eye. There you go. My name's George.
Are you here with my Sudafed? I have a cold.
I have pink eye.
A giant pink eye.
Any idea how painful that is with this eye? Alright. Who seeks an audience with he? It croaks hoarsely. State thy name, brother, and your purpose here. You are standing in the antechamber of the Archdruid Caddic's throne hall. To enter the hall itself and hopefully discover where the deadly virus is being cultivated, you know that you must first persuade this creature to allow you to pass. If you decide to say that you've come from the battlefront with important news for the Archdruid, if you wish to say that you are an agent who has just arrived from the Last Lands with vital information for Caddic's eyes only, or if you possess animal mastery, and you know what, I'm not even going to finish that.
Do we have? No, we don't have it.
I wouldn't have finished it otherwise.
Okay, then we're gonna say we come from the battlefront.
Okay, let me check that just to be positive. Okay,
Shit. Wait, would these druids be in the battlefront?
Well, yeah.
That's
Didn't the guy at the church just say
Yeah,
that
that's what I
just
mean.
come, yeah.
That we're doing a great job, and then like you're right. It does sound like propaganda. Yeah, we're gonna go with the first option.
All right. The creature looks you up and down. Then, in a suspicious tone, it asks, "Who is High Priest of your chapter?" You hesitate, unable to answer, and in that instant you see the creature's eye widen with fear. Then you notice his bony hand is gliding slowly towards a button which protrudes from the side of its desk. It is an alarm button. If you have a bow and wish to use it,
Use it.
use it!
Shoot it in his stupid eye.
With incredible speed, you unshoulder your bow, draw an arrow to your lips. Then, almost instantly, you release the straining bowstring and send the shaft burrowing deep into the creature's body, killing it instantly. The force of the impact lifts it out of its hollowed stool and sends it crashing to the floor, where it wobbles back and forth grotesquely, like a giant fleshy egg, before coming to rest on its side.
Wow, this brings great imagery.
Sexy. Swiftly, you search the drawer. Oh, hang on. Let me. What did I do with that? We got 4 arrows. No. Yeah, 4 arrows.
Yeah, 4. We used one. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Just one.
Just
One was all we needed.
Swiftly, you search the drawers of the dead creature's desk, sifting through papers and ledgers for clues as to where in Morgarath the plague virus is being cultivated. The papers yield no useful information, but you do find 2 small levers set into the desk's surface. You examine them closely, and your Kai senses reveal that they operate the 2 metal doors to this antechamber. You flip the right-hand lever, and the door by which you entered glides shut. Then you pause for a moment to prepare yourself before flipping the left lever. This will open the door which leads to Kadek's throne room.
Oh god. Okay.
So, you flick the lever and turn to approach the throne room door. There is a faint rumble, and the great metallic portal slowly glides open to reveal Archdruid Kadek's private domain. The room is a little larger than the antechamber, however, its furnishings and appointments are lavish in the extreme. Ornately carved furniture inlaid with gold and precious gems lines walls hung with priceless tapestries and paintings. At the center of the chamber stands a great black chair sculpted to display demonic creatures paying homage to the Cyrenes. Glowing orbs hang suspended from the ceiling, bathing the chamber in a multi-hued light which is continuously changing in the color and intensity. We got a picture.
It's a rave.
Nice little, what? Oh, it doesn't let me, oh, okay. I can't, zoom in on that one. Whatever.
Oh well.
Although your eyes and your Kai senses tell you that the chamber is empty, you are reluctant to pass through the door. A stench of pure evil, smells like evil, is flooding out of the room, wafting over you like an invisible sea that seeks to soil and corrupt all it touches. Fighting back your nausea, you force yourself to cross the threshold and search the chamber before its owner returns. Of all the precious items which crowd the room, your eye is attracted to 3 that seem to stand out from the rest. The first is a large crystal sphere which rests upon a table beside the great chair. The second is a tapestry, the largest of them all, which hangs directly opposite the door. And the third is a gold statuette which rests on a shelf to your left. If you possess the grand mastery of telegnosis...
Do we have that?
Not a chance.
Damn it. Magic, where are you? Did I also pick Kai Alchemy?
Yeah, and I think they chose one of them, and you said, you know what, let's just go for both magics, because that'll be helpful.
Either way. No, I thought it would be interesting at least. No worries.
Well, the adventure's not over
We'll just
yet.
have to do this blind, yo.
You are sorely aware that time is running out. It cannot be long before either Kadek returns to his chamber or the Cyrenes discover that they have an intruder in their midst. With this thought in mind, you set out searching the throne room for clues that could reveal the whereabouts of the lethal plague virus you have come to destroy. Actually, I think, if I remember correctly, that telegnosis doesn't help you find anything. It just gives you more information about...
What's going on? Yeah.
No, I think actually this, and I don't know for sure, and since we don't have the skill, we won't know for sure. But if I remember correctly, I think that's like a communicator.
Well, don't give me any spoilers. Like
No.
now I know I should look at the glass sphere or not. Now, right? Okay, no worries.
No, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, you know what? I could be completely wrong. Maybe that tells you
Don't
something
worry
later, or I mean, whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
You're solely aware. Where about the plague? Okay. Come here to destroy. If you wish to examine the glass sphere, if you choose to investigate the large tapestry, or if you wish to take a closer look at the golden statue.
Shit, we're looking for clues for plague?
Yes.
I think that tapestry is going to tell me anything. Let's look at the golden statuette.
Okay. The statuette is carved from solid gold. It thus the descriptor of gold statuette. It depicts a delicate female figure with flowing hair and slender limbs, were it not for the goat-like horns protruding from her forehead and her long barbed tail, you would have thought the statuette to have been modeled after a beautiful human girl. Instead, it was modeled after a beautiful human stripper. Propped against the statuette, you notice a gold key. If you wish to take this item, record it on your action chart. Okay.
No question.
You are staring thoughtfully at the statuette when your daydream is disturbed by a faint sound. Someone or something is moving in the antechamber.
God damn it. Lone wolf. Always distracted by boobs.
Yep. You spin around to see a figure standing in the doorway. He is tall, and his sharp features are framed by a mane of flowing platinum hair. In his left hand he carries a wizard's staff, and in his right hand he holds a feathered quill, the pen of a creature who was once his scribe. And then here's a picture of him. Looks peaceful enough, right?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll listen to reason.
Get off my lawn! Alright. Was it you that murdered Cordask? He asks, his powerful voice devoid of the slightest emotion. But when you do not answer him immediately, his voice and his expression undergo a dramatic change. His eyes radiate an unearthly glow as your skin tingles as you feel his psychic energies probing at your mind. You are not a brother, he growls like a rabid dog and casts the quill aside. Take off your mask and show your true self. Assassin. And with that, he advances towards you, his staff pointing straight at your heart. You raise your weapon defensively, and in the blink of an eye, a crackling flame lights at the tip of his staff and comes roaring towards your chest. If you possess the summer sword.
Yep.
Do
Unleash
we ever? Unleash it.
Unleash that mofo.
You raise the summer sword and catch the magical fire upon the flat of its blade. There is a deafening crack, and you feel an electrifying jolt run through the length of your sword arm as the flame is deflected and sent roaring back towards its caster. He regards the rebounding fireball with a look of cool indifference and proceeds to sheath himself in a glowing cocoon of pale blue light. The flames split apart as they collide with the protective shell, flowing harmlessly around his body to disappear into the antechamber beyond. There is only one who wields such a blade, he spits, pointing at the summer sword with his flame-tipped staff. And I'll see that you perish upon it, Kadak! You shout defiantly in reply. Oh, very nice, Inferno.
Yay.
Very, very good comeback.
Thanks. It's like I wrote it myself.
Ha! He sneers. I rejoice that fate has brought you to me, Lone Wolf, for it is you who will perish. It's like two people comparing their...
It is you who will perish. No, it is you. No, it is you. No, it is you, stupid head. Shut up. I said it first.
It was you who will perish. Turn around and meet your nemesis. I'm not fighting you? No. No, you're not. You sense that Kadak's command is no simple trick, for you can feel another presence in the room, moving towards your back. You sidestep to your left and turn, keeping the Archdruid still in sight as you glance across your shoulder to the rest of the chamber. You had been half expecting to see one of Kadak's henchmen sneaking forward with a dagger in his hand, and so the terrible sight which greets your gaze is now doubly shocking. Stepping out from the tapestry which covers the wall is a gigantic bull-like creature with its head and face of a man. With the head and face of a man. Two needle-sharp fangs protrude from its blood-stained upper lip, and its eyes gleam with a murderous lust that chills your soul. What had once, only minutes before, been woven into the fabric of the tapestry now strides towards you with slow, purposeful steps. Its taloned hands outstretched in eager readiness to tear you apart. Then we got a picture of him.
At least I was going to inspect the tapestry because I thought it was interesting, but I realized that wouldn't tell us really anything about the plague. I don't know what the sphere would have ended up doing. Maybe you were right about it being a communication thing, but at least we got a key out of the statue.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Alright, now we got to fight.
And he's about to rip it from our cold, dead fingers.
No, we'll be fine.
Combat skill 50, endurance 50. You sure about that?
Positive. We have the summer sword.
Oh, that's right, we do. We are using the summer sword.
We're using it, yo.
Yeah, alright then. Alright. Let's add 8 to our skill, so we're at a 29. So we are at a 61, so we're at a plus 11.
Yeah, see?
Alright, start combat!
You got nothing to worry about.
He's at 36, we took 1 damage, and he's dead.
Sweet. See? Don't mess with a lone wolf, yo.
Yos. Alright, back down to 28. 21, I mean. The demonic Exuterminus screams in agony as your killing blow pierces its heart. It sways for a moment, defying gravity, then reels backwards and crashes down upon the table which stands beside Kadok's black chair. The awesome bulk of the creature's body crushes the table to matchwood and breaks open the crystal sphere that rests upon it. Immediately there is a loud boom and a tremendous rush of putrid air knocks you down. A funnel of darkness engulfs the body of the Exterminus, and with stunning suddenness there is silence. Both the creature and the shattered remains of the sphere have vanished completely.
Oh, so much for the sphere.
Alright then, yeah. You stagger to
Oh,
your
got that
feet
key.
and turn to face the Archdruid. The shock of what he has witnessed has left him open-mouthed and drained of color. He is mumbling incoherently and trembling with fear. Yeah, that's right.
Fuck yeah.
You,
Don't mess
well, you killed him in like 2-3 seconds,
two
so...
blows, yeah.
You gotta imagine how badass Lone Wolf looks sometimes.
Yep.
Alright, he weaves... You take up your weapon and advance towards him, determined to rid Magnamund of this vile druid once and for all. But the sight of you drawing closer snaps him out of his trauma and galvanizes him into action. He weaves his hands before his face, and in an instant, he is shrouded in a cocoon of light. You strike out at the light, but your weapon passes cleanly through it, meeting no resistance. Then the light fades, and you are left standing alone in the druid's empty throne room.
Oh, that's not good.
No. I think, actually, if I remember correctly, that was like the climactic, like the hardest thing. I'm not sure. It's been forever since I read this, but...
Well, we'll find out.
Alright, the overpowering aura of evil that filled this room has now vanished. You close your eyes, and for a few seconds you allow your Magnakai senses of divination to analyze the psychic residues lingering at the place where the exterminus, whatever, disappeared. Shapes take form in your mind, and for a moment of chilling discovery, you fathom the secret of the crystal sphere. The sphere was not of this world. It was fashioned in the plane of darkness, the domain of Nar, the king of all that is evil. Through the sphere, the Dark Guard maintained contact with Archdruid Kadok, directing him to fulfill his schemes of vengeance. The destruction of the sphere has rid your world of a terrible device, a channel through which the concentrated evil of Nar has been allowed to pour unchecked.
Oh.
You open your eyes once more, and a feeling of well-being envelops your senses, as if you have just awoken from a deep and refreshing sleep. Restoring endurance points!
Sweet.
Yay! Alright. A rustling sound draws your keen eyes towards the tapestry from where the Exterminus appeared. It is crumbling to pieces. As the rotting scraps of the material fall away, a portal is revealed through which you glimpse a scene that revives your hopes for your quest's success.
Oh wow, there's a portal behind that tapestry.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Through the wide opening in the chamber wall, there is a gallery which overlooks the vast windowless hall. You approach the gallery's railed parapet and stare down at a score of druids who are working at tiled tables, positioned in rows across the floor. Upon some tables rest porcelain troughs filled with oily fluids which seethe beneath the constant shower of electrical sparks. Other tables support dozens of glass boxes and of differing sizes. The smallest contains rats, the largest contains horses. Hundreds of pipes and tubes run around the walls, feeding a supply of fluids and gases to the experiment tables. The fumes rising from this diabolical laboratory sting your eyes, but you ignore the discomfort and continue your observations, eager to take in every detail of the evil work which is taking place below. It is not long before you recognize that this hall is where the deadly plague virus and its vaccine are being produced.
Aha.
And here's a picture of all that stuff that I just described. Alright. You know that you must act with all haste, for Archdruid Kadok is still alive, and wherever he is at present, you can be sure he is plotting to capture or kill you. Probably both.
Probably.
Below lies that which you have come here to destroy, but how will you accomplish your task? Relentlessly, the seconds tick by as you try to formulate a plan. Then you see something which sparks an idea. The pipes that feed fluids to the laboratory's disposal tanks are connected to a massive cauldron suspended from the ceiling by a winch and chains. You focus upon the plaque fixed to the side of this great vat and magnify your vision until you can read what has been engraved upon it. With grim satisfaction, you read the words, "Danger, concentrated acid." Well, that's convenient.
Hooray!
Oh, man. Here is the key to the destruction of the virus, right above it. If you can cause the cauldron to tilt over far enough, it will discharge the contents into the hall below, flooding the virus-laden tables with thousands of gallons of concentrated acid. Elated by your daring plan, you look for a way to reach the winch which controls the angle at which the cauldron hangs from the ceiling. It is positioned high upon a platform atop the iron gantry, which is accessible only by ladder. Fortunately, this ladder begins on the far side. Fortunately, this ladder begins on the far side of the gallery. Confident, confident in your purpose, and you hurry around the gallery towards the ladder. You are within 20 paces when suddenly the harsh clang of an alarm bell fills the hall. You have been seen.
Of course I have.
Screams of intruder and Mormon echo from below. No, sorry.
I'm just looking at the options and I'm excited.
Oh. Yay. Echo from below as you run headlong towards the ladder. You reach it and begin your climb towards a secondary platform located directly below the one which supports the winch. You are only 6 rungs away from the platform when suddenly the faces of 2 acolytes of Vashna appear over the edge. They are curse and spit at you as you try and stab you with their spears. If you possess Kai Alchemy, or if you possess Magic.
I possess both things. I can choose at my leisure.
If you can.
Magic is a hilarious way of saying it, but I think I'm gonna go with Kai Alchemy. We're in an alchemist place.
I'm
really
beat them at
curious to
their
see
own
what that
game.
does. Yeah, I want to see.
You descend a few rungs, just far enough to put you beyond the reach of their spear blades. Then you utter the words of the Brotherhood spell Levitation, because that involves alchemy.
Okay, whatever.
Moments later, you feel gravity lose its grip, and gently you push yourself away from the ladder and hover in midair. The acolytes gasp in shock, surprised as you rise up to confront them eye to eye. The nearest allows his spear to waver, and instantly you lash out at his vulnerable chest. The impact of your blow knocks him from the platform to fall screaming into the midst of the glass boxes on the experiment tables far below.
Cool.
Gracefully, you step onto the platform and crouch in readiness to fight the remaining acolyte. He meets your stare with a sneer that readily conveys his hatred of your race. Then, spurred on by the yells of his confederates in the hall below, he jumps forward and thrusts his weapon at your throat. I thought he was human. I thought the acolytes of Vashna were human. Oh, whatever. Alright. He's got a combat
We're
skill
gonna
of...
kick his ass.
A very impressive combat skill of 25, you know.
We don't even need to use the summer sword. I don't think we should.
No, we don't need to. Start combat. Oh, wow.
He took 2 damage. Well, lucky bastard.
Oh, yeah, well, he's gone now. Well, he had a moment of defiance.
I guess.
And that was with the Medallion of Protection. As the acolyte's body falls limply to the platform, you sheath your weapon and take hold of the ladder which ascends to the winch. All eyes in the hall below are watching your ascent, and when they suddenly realize what it is you are trying to do, pandemonium breaks out. Hysterical screams of anger and fear merge into the dreadful cacophony which fills the hall with clamoring echoes. You glance down at their faces contorted by rage, and as you do so, you glimpse a new threat to your safety. A handful of Vashag archers are scurrying out of the portal which connects the Cadex chamber to the gallery. They spread out along the parapet and begin firing at you with their lacquered bows. Black-fletched arrows whistle past on either side, their barbed heads passing dangerously close to your legs and feet. Pick a number on the random number table if you possess Grand Hunt Mastery. Add 4 to the number you chose. I think we actually have that one. No.
Oh my god.
Yes, we do.
Yes, sweet. Everything's coming out. Lone Wolf.
Alright, so we get to add 4. 7
like
plus
that.
4 is 11. Oh, we're good.
Ah, sweet. We didn't really need it though.
No, not really.
But hey, whatever.
Yeah, makes you feel better still.
Of
Arrows ratchet from the iron rungs and pass perilously close to your legs, but your agility and the speed of your ascent save you from being hit. Undaunted by the barrage, you continue climbing towards the winch with increased determination. You reach the top of the ladder and haul yourself onto the winch platform. Now the whistling shafts strike and splinter uselessly against the underside of the metal floor, which hides from your... hides you from the archer's view. You run to the winch and examine the gears and chains, trying at once to understand their workings and to find a way to cause the cauldron to discharge its corrosive contents into the hall below. But the device is designed to prevent the chance of this occurring, obviously. The only way that you can make the cauldron spill its deadly load is by severing the thick metal pin which secures the heavy chain to its rim. Anxiously, you glance over the edge of the platform at the confusion raging in the hall below. 3 druids, having recognized your intentions, are trying desperately to gather together virus samples from their cultivation vats. The vats are fixed to the tables, triple sealed with protective glass to prevent accidental leaks, and that is precisely this elaborate protection which now confounds the druids' frantic efforts to save their plague cultures.
Yay. So that's what plague culture looks like.
I guess so, huh? Out of the corner of your eye, you notice that the first of the Vazhag archers is now climbing the ladder to which they to the winch platform, and you know you must act swiftly and effectively if you are to fulfill your quest. We don't have Grand Nexus.
Kai Alchemy, baby.
We do have Kai Alchemy.
Dude, I wish I used Magic before, but I didn't know.
That's all right.
Next time I have an option, I'm totally using it.
Aye. You breathe the words of the Brotherhood spell Lightning Hand and point towards the iron pin. The core of heat, a core of heat wells up in your chest and then surges along your outstretched arm to manifest itself at the tip of your index finger as a crackling ball of magical fire. This fire arcs towards the pin and explodes on impact amidst a shower of hissing sparks. As these sparks fade, you see a faint cracks appearing in the surface of the flame-scorched pin. Pick a number on the random number table. If your current endurance points is 25 or higher, add 2 to the number you've picked.
Sweet, just
Sweet.
barely.
Choose it. It's not playing. There we go. Alright. So we add 2 to the number we picked.
Just don't be a 1.
4.
Yay!
Yay! Suddenly, there's a loud crack. The support pin is popped out, and the massive weight of the cauldron is suddenly removed. The chain whips away like an angry snake. You step back to avoid being hit by it, and from the edge of the platform, you catch a glimpse of satisfaction as the cauldron plummets into the hall below.
Wonderful.
The cauldron smashes down into the center of the hall and explodes with devastating effect, spewing its deadly contents in all directions. A tidal wave of acid engulfs the table, submerging and burning everything not made of stone, porcelain, or glass. The pitiful screams of the druids rise above the thunderous din as they and their deadly work are consumed by a merciless sea of corrosive. But wait, aren't all the plagues housed in glass containers?
Maybe they broke.
Whatever. Suddenly, the arrow passes within a few inches of your face. The Vazhag archers have reached the top of the ladder and are poised to rush onto the platform itself. Anxiously, you look around for some means of escape, but none readily appear. But when none readily appear, you fear you are trapped. Then you notice an observation platform jutting out of the wall. It is over on the far side of the hall, more than 30 yards away, and lies some 10 feet below your present position. A daring escape plan forms in your mind's eye, and hurriedly you cast off the sinner robe and mask, disguise which is now redundant, and prepare to enact your vision.
We actually did just erase it, because we assumed we were wearing it, so no big deal.
You use the alchemy to again cast levitation to gently slow... No? Really? Could not really? Really? Because that would make perfect... No? Okay, fine.
Just go ahead.
You reach out and grab hold of the chain which once supported the cauldron. Then, using all your strength, you draw it back and leap into the air as the momentum carries you off the platform. Your stomach churns as you swing across the hall and glance down at the dreadful carnage taking place 100 feet below. Angry squeals and a clutch of arrows follow in your wake as the Vazhag archers try desperately to prevent you from getting away. Grimly, you cling to the chain as it nears the end of its arc, and trying to ignore the arrows which are whistling on either side. Pick a number on the random number table. If you have the... Hey, we have Grand Hunt Mastery. Add 2.
Yeah, but our endurance isn't quite 28. It's 27.
So we get to add 2.
Oh, well.
1.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, well, at least it's 3 to 6.
Oh, right, good.
Yeah, because we add 2.
Alright. You fix your eyes on the observation platform as you wait for the chain to reach the end of its arc. Upon the instant that momentum stops, you release your grip and hurtle through the air towards the platform's rail. You have timed your jump to perfection, but your landing leaves much to be desired. You collide heavily with the rail, bloodying your nose, and bruising your hands and shins, yet you still manage to hold tight and prevent yourself from falling backwards to your doom.
My doom.
Yay, we're down to 25. Alright, winded and bleeding, you drag yourself over the rail and stagger towards the inviting darkness of the doorway which services this platform. Beyond the doorway is a flight of stone steps which ascend into the gloom. You pound up the steps, your heart beating in time with your feet, and emerge at a chamber which is lit by foul-smelling torches fixed around the walls. 2 passages lead out of this room. One heads towards the west and the other towards the east. You pause for a moment to use your magnified senses of divination and pathmanship, but you detect nothing unusual about either passage.
I'm gonna go with east.
Alright. You follow this dark passage for several minutes before
Yes.
arriving at what appears to be a dead end. You are about to turn around and retrace your steps when suddenly your senses alert you to an ornately carved brick in the facing wall. On closer examination, you discover a keyhole and a Sirenese engraving which bears the seal of Archdruid Kadak. If you possess a map of... I don't have a map, but we do have
But
a gold
we
key.
definitely have a gold key, don't we?
Yes, we do. You insert the gleaming key into the keyhole and twist it clockwise. There is a faint click as you push the wall. The wall glides inwards and moves away to your right. It reveals a small, well-kept chamber, its walls lined with shelves containing hundreds of stoppered jars, each neatly labeled. The jars contain all manner of compounds and elements from worthless dirt to precious gold dust, and many herbs besides. You search along the shelves and take down half a dozen jars whose contents you recognize. Lampsfer, enough for 5 doses, restores 4
This
endurance
is
points.
so awesome.
Oh man. Ethler, enough for 4 doses, increases combat skill by 2 points for the duration of 1 fight. Gallowbrush, enough for 2 doses, induces 10 hours of sleep and loss of 2 endurance points per dose. Sabito, enough for 2 doses, enables the user to breathe underwater. Lomwort, enough for 3 doses. It restores 2 endurance points if swallowed before or after combat. Odie, enough for 1 dose. Very rare, very valuable. Many healing purposes, cures very serious diseases. There's a footnote for that also.
14.
According to the Shadow on the Sands section of 2, 1 dose of Odie herb can heal 10 endurance points of damage.
Oh. Okay,
Alright.
this is awesome.
If you wish to keep 1 or more of the above jars, remember to record them on your action chart. All the jars are backpack items. There's also another footnote. Since you take down half a dozen jars, there are exactly 6 types of herbs on the list. It may safely be assumed that 1 jar contains all of the given herb or potion, i.e. 1 jar contains all 5 doses of Lampsfer. Each jar is 1 backpack item. Then the what? Okay.
So in other words, we don't have to say we have to put down 5 separate
Oh my
things
gosh.
of that. So you can just put 1 in each backpack slot, and you should be okay.
Okay, I mean, it's telling us we could. Normally, I would say no. That can't be that good. But damn. Okay, then.
Yep. It's
Footnote,
concentrated.
Let's just do it. Yeah. So, what do you? Let's see how many backpack spaces
I want all
we
of
have.
it. I will ditch goddamn all the freaking meals if I have to. Wait, we'll get rid of the
Mirror.
tobacco.
Mirror, tobacco, smoke.
Actually, just mirror, tobacco, smoke, and then we have all 5 on that side. Perfect.
So,
God, those things are awesome.
Yeah,
I gotta remember them though.
Alright,
But
so
they'll
we
be
have.
handy.
Can I? Yes,
Are you-
I can.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Oh, good. Copy paste.
Yep. All right.
Restores 4.
You know
Shouldn't
what?
you say 4 endurance?
Yeah. Hang on. No. Well, I'm just gonna.
Stop recording.
No.
Oh.
I could do that, but no. I'm lazy.
Everyone's gonna have to watch this.
Yep. Okay, so we've marked all of these on the backpack items.
Woo!
All right, so if you wish to, I'm sorry. Apart from the secret door by which you entered, you notice that there is a narrow passageway which leads out of this room. If you wish to leave the room by this passageway, or if you wish to leave the secret door and retrace your steps.
Passageway.
All right. You follow the narrow passageway which gradually ascends towards the north. The clanging of the distant alarm bell reminds you that all of Morgorath has been alerted to your presence, and in light of the devastation you have caused, you know better than to expect mercy from the Sirenese if they should catch you now.
Yeah.
After a few minutes, the passage arrives at a hall where a railed balcony overlooks a deep circular shaft. A broad stone staircase at the north wall ascends to the next level, and you stride swiftly towards it. As you pass the balcony, you pause for a moment to stare down at a fascinating sight. Hundreds of feet below, at the base of the shaft, huge vats filled with sticky brown fluid bubble and seethe as if they're boiling on a hob. You notice scores of robed druids standing on the great iron gantry suspended above the vats, each one equipped with what appears to be a gigantic butterfly net. They are busily scooping out large brown objects which keep bobbing to the surface of the morass. You use your Magnifica skills to magnify your vision, and as the scene looms larger, you see that the objects are alive. Your stomach churns with revulsion when you suddenly realize that it is what it is that you are looking at. These are the spawning vats from which the Sirenese create their loathsome, disease-ridden Vazhag.
Oh, the rat people are created.
Yeah,
That's weird.
look at that.
Gross. They're just fishing them out with butterfly nets.
Yep.
How embarrassing.
Really biting this morning. A noise from the staircase attracts your attention. It is a sound of shuffling footfalls descending the stairs. Moments later, your keen senses of smell identifies the threat. Vashag patrols. A Vashag patrol is scurrying towards the hall. If you wish to attempt to hide from this patrol, if you wish to stand and fight,
Let's hide and see if we can't ambush them.
will do. Quickly, you crouch down and take cover beside the staircase, hidden from view by the shadows of your Kai camouflage skills. And your Kai camouflage skills. Your Kai camouflage skills don't create shadows. Within seconds, the Vashag appear, but they are not alone. They are being led by a frog-like Zarg, which they have tethered to a chain. The Zarg has its face pressed close to the steps and is snuffling and snorting like a bloodhound as it tries to locate your scent. We don't have a semblance, we don't have animal master, so...
Damn it. Should just fought them. Oh well, we're going to now.
You watch nervously as the Zarg snuffles closer and closer to your hiding place, praying all the while that your Magnakai skills of animal control and visibility will keep you safe from detection.
Okay, let's
Alright.
hope the random number generator will be kind.
0.
Fuck.
Well, we
Is
don't
that
know.
10?
It's 0 through 4 or 5 through 9, so
Yeah.
it's 50-50, and they like to change it up on which one's the right one.
Oh, okay.
So we don't know yet. The inquisitive Zarg passes within a few feet of your hiding place, but your Magnakai skills save you from detection.
Well, there you go.
Eventually, it waddles into the passageway from which you entered the hall and hurries off with an excited group of Vashag close on its heels. All of them now convinced that the Zarg's actions are that it has picked up your trail. Patiently, you wait until the sound of their footsteps have faded before you emerge from your hiding place and leave the hall by the stairs. The stairs lead to another hall on a level 50 feet higher. Here, the two staircases ascend to the left and right, and a gloomy tunnel disappears directly ahead of you. Your senses pick up something moving at the end of the tunnel, and when you focus your infravision along this dark passageway, you see another Vashag patrol heading straight towards you. This one is being led by 2 acolytes of Vashna and a pack of rural war dogs. Eager to evade these enemies, you glance at both staircases and just try to decide which one to climb, left or right.
Let's try left.
At the top of the stairs, you find a dining chamber in disarray. Piles of rubbish are strewn across the tiled floor, gnawed bones cover the tables, and the remains of the small fire are still smoldering at its center. An arched portal in the far wall offers hope of escape into a corridor beyond, and you hurry towards it. You are running across the room. You notice a pile of discarded weapons lying on the bench. Among the weapons are dagger, sword, broadsword, bow, 4 arrows, quiver.
Arrows, baby.
All right,
Arrows.
let's get 2 arrows to bring us back up to 6. Okay. You run through a maze of corridors and narrow passageways, up flights of stairs and across dingy halls and chambers. On several occasions, you are forced to hide when a Vashag patrol passes within a few feet, but your wits and your camouflage skills keep you safe and undetected. At length, you reach a pillared hall on the surface level where you hide from the patrols until the coast is clear. Daylight is streaming in through the hall door, and from where you are hiding, you can see the keep and tower beyond. Your hopes rise when you notice that the keep is deserted and the drawbridge is still lowered, tempting you with a direct escape route out of Morgrath. Suddenly, another bell tolls, adding to the persistent din of alarm. It is coming from the tower, and it signifies that the corliss is being lowered.
Let's make a dash for it.
Alright. You take a deep breath, and then you fix your eyes on the descending portcullis as you race out the door and sprint across the cobblestone keep. The heavy portcullis is less than 3 feet from the ground when you enter the arch of the tower. In desperation, you dive for the shrinking gap. As you hit the ground, you roll over in the hope of avoiding being crushed by its heavy iron-tipped portal. Pick a number on the random number table if you have Grand Hunt Mastery. We do. And if your current
We do.
skill is 25 or higher.
We do, so we have +3.
So as long as it's not a 0.
It's gonna be a 0. No. There we go. Wow.
You're teasing us.
Yeah, it was close.
You clear the gap with inches to spare, but not entirely without cost. The portcullis snares your backpack, and as you roll away, it is torn
What?
from your shoulders
What?
and crushed when the heavy portal
What?
slams to the ground.
No! All
Not
that
my
stuff that we
meals!
just wrote down.
My meals!
I don't give a fuck about the meals. I care about all the awesome swag that we got.
Hang on. Oh my god.
I hate this game.
Oh my gosh. I'm curious if you found another way, could you have kept your backpack, or were they just straight trolling you?
Okay, well, it doesn't matter because we're going
No, it
this way.
doesn't matter.
But
I know.
Jesus,
Okay, bye everything.
did you
Goodbye.
find it? Oh, you're gonna
Oh, I'm
delete
gonna
it
erase the
anyway.
stuff first, yeah. Because,
Oh,
oh my
dude,
god.
all that stuff. Can we at least snort some of this stuff before we go?
No! You didn't say to.
I know I didn't.
Oh, bye. Bye-bye, hospital. Alright, hang on. I am so curious. Let's try and find another route.
there is one,
Yeah, it looks like you could have kept it.
Well, who would have known though, right?
Oh, they are straight trolling you.
No, they're not trolling me because they gave me an option.
This happened to me once before,
This
where
is so
I literally,
stupid.
I had acquired it over several books. I had like Odie Herb. I had so many potions. I mean, it was. Wait, what?
That's not the right one.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, this is the right one.
Yeah, that was the right.
And as I was running away, something grabbed my backpack, and I lost it all. So this is twice now.
This game.
Ah!
This book, I guess I should say.
You
Damn
spring to your feet instantly and run headlong across the drawbridge. Actually, I think you would probably sit on your knees and wail.
No. All right, let's.
Arrows rain down on you from the battlements, but your speed and agility keep you from being hit. Then, within seconds of reaching firm ground, you are confronted by a group of 3 Vashag returning from battle. 2 are armed with spears, and they face you on foot, but the third sits astride a captured Slovian steed. It is wielding a cavalry lance, and you can tell by the way the Ratman balances it that it is skilled in its use. The 2 spear wielders squeal their battle cry and attack you simultaneously. However, this cry is quickly transformed into a duet of pain as you strike out and kill them instantly, pissed that you have
Good.
just lost everything you gained.
Yep.
They drop to the ground, and almost immediately the rider is upon you, jabbing at your chest with the tip of his lance. You duck the first thrust and steady yourself to meet the second as the Vashag Art Lancer turns and bears down on you once more.
Murder that bastard. This is for all my stuff.
Oh my god, that's so horrible. You defeated your enemy in 1 round.
Damn straight I did. Very worth it.
The Vashag Lancer tumbles lifelessly to the ground, startling its horse, which turns and bolts towards the
I'm
forest.
still laughing at
I
what
know.
the fuck just happened.
Instantly, you act to prevent its escape by using your Magnikai ability of animal control. Your powers soothe the creature and coax it to return. Quickly, you mount the steed and head off along the trail which leads to the River Storn. You are less than 5 miles from the bridge, where you hope to finally make good your escape to the free Slovia. By keeping to the forest edge, you avoid the traffic of Vashag troops moving back and forth along the trail, and by the time you reach the banks of the mighty Storm, your spirits are high. Unfortunately,
Speak for yourself, Lone Wolf.
when you do catch the side of the bridge, your hopes of making a crossing here are soon dashed.
Honestly, though, I mean,
Oh.
it just to kind of put this kind of all right.
No,
but
go
anyways,
ahead. Go ahead. Put it in
to
perspective.
say, let's put it in perspective. We could have been trapped on there and died. It's quite obvious we would have been overwhelmed and died. So
Uh-huh.
if I was forced with losing my stuff and losing my life, I'd rather lose my stuff. So
Yeah, but it still sucks.
yeah, it still sucks, but whatever.
It was concentrated.
I know it was.
A fierce and bloody battle is raging upon the Gardors, the formidable stone bridge that joins together the lands of Rule and Slovia across the River Storn. Its central span is wreathed in smoke and flame, and the approaches are heaped with the dead of both armies.
Did these guys ever play medieval Total War? You should never fight on a bridge.
Well, maybe one's forcing the others too.
Maybe.
Maybe. I look at all the arrows and stuff.
Nice.
On the far side of the river, over 300 yards away, you can see the scarlet battle banners of Slovia fluttering in the soot-laden air. Regiments of foot soldiers are positioned on the bank, waiting nervously for their orders to assault the bridge. You stare at the fast-flowing waters of the Storn, and after careful thought, you decide to brave the currents and attempt to swim across. You send your horse away to the forest, and then wade into the icy waters, not weighed down by your backpack. You're only waist deep in the Storn when the currents catch you and swiftly bear you away downstream towards the bridge and the battle. You are passing beneath the central span when suddenly a section of the parapet collapses, showering you with rocks and flame. Pick a number on the random number table if you have Grant Hunt Mastery and Dissemblance. No, we do not.
No.
Random number. 2. Uh-oh. Oh, guess what?
What?
Desperately, you try and swim against the current and avoid the fall of shattered rocks and fire, but despite your valiant efforts, you cannot escape being crushed by the deluge. Death is
Okay,
mercilessly swift.
we have to redo it,
Yep.
obviously.
We'll just kick that one.
You know, we're going to give ourselves a +1 because we lost our backpack.
6.
There you go.
Drawing upon your vast reserves of strength, you fight against the powerful current and succeed in avoiding being hit by the deluge of rocks and flames. As your strength subsides, you are swept under the bridge, and minutes later you find yourself washed up on the west bank of the storm. A company of Slovian archers drag you from the icy water, fearing you to be a Serenity spy. They take you to their captain. Fortunately, he recognizes your Kai cloak and tunic, and at once you are afforded the treatment and respect which benefits one who holds the title of Kai Grand Master.
Damn straight.
The captain sends word of your survival to the Palmarians at Holana, where the following day you are reunited with Captain Siramain and Guild Master Bainton. Later that same day, the president of Palmarin, Elector Manatine, arrives with his entourage, and upon learning of the success of your daring mission, he orders that an official celebration take place throughout the Republic. You receive the thanks of a grateful nation, and in recognition of your bravery, the Elector presents you with a Golden Star of Palmarian, the highest award this country can bestow upon a warrior. Congratulations, Lone Wolf! You have won a major victory over the Serenese and remembered a threat. And removed a threat which could have devastated all of Magnamund.
But at what cost?
Yeah, but at what cost?
At what cost?
Yeah, the struggle against evil goes on. Within a few months, your triumphant return to Summerland, a grave situation develops. A situation which threatens your life of your closest friend, Guildmaster Bainton. The nature of this threat and your quest awaits in the book 14 entitled The Captives of
Kag. Wait, I thought Kag was dead. Or was that another one?
No, that's Nag.
Oh, that's Nag, sorry.
That's Nag, yeah.
Quick question. Weren't we supposed to try to destroy the plague and find the cure? Didn't we just destroy the plague? We didn't find a cure.
No, they made the cure. Remember, they gave it to me. I drank all 200 doses of it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But they just didn't have enough.
They didn't have time to make all of it.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next book.